Who's joining me here on the 3 keys to cash flow, and how many of you guys would love to know right now this 3 keys that we've helped over 1,200 clients with launch their own portable, profitable businesses, what I call their portable, profitable coaching businesses that they can rock in their bikini if they want to, or just be able to quit their job or maybe replace your current income, skyrocket your confidence in cash flow, just start actually serving more clients, right? Living your purpose, doing something that you love and getting paid for helping people with your gifts and your talents. Comment cash flow in the chat. Comment cash flow in the chat if you guys are ready to discover the 3 keys to cash flow. And how many of you guys are feeling maybe stuck or a little bit overwhelmed at all the things that the gurus are trying to teach you? Like they're telling you that you need business cards, or like networking events. You got to go to networking events. You have to write a book. You have to launch all these crazy marketing funnels, or websites that just take you forever. These long strategies, right? Forever to get leads, or they're not reliable or repeatable cash flow generating machines, right? And would you like to discover how to create clients and cash flow repeatedly, consistently, having people every single day warming up to your message and raising their hands and wanting to hire you as the expert who understands and who can see, what they're struggling with and help them solve it. Okay, awesome. This is working. With Danielle's in the house, Shandy, Melissa. Hey, good afternoon, lovers. All right. So send some hearts and some love if you guys can see this. If you're on live, you're catching the replay, welcome. So today I'm going to walk you through these 3 keys. It's a cash flow strategy. We've been using this here now at Take Your Power Back now for the last 4 years. I've had this Facebook group since 2016. We have over 16,000 members in this Facebook group. I've been teaching coaches since 2009, right? Scalable, fun, profitable business models. But this strategy that I'm going to share with you guys today, I've been teaching it now for the last 4 years. And this exact strategy, I wanted to jump on Zoom today and actually screen share a little case study testimonial video of one of our clients, Shannon, who used this method and generated over $17,000 in sales in 60 days. And now she's running masterminds. About 90 days later, she switched from a one-on-one coaching model, and now she's serving one-to-many. So now she's able to scale her income. And she just started with an idea. Like many of you guys here tuning in, maybe you've been chewing on this for like ever, right? I want to do this. I want to do this coaching thing. I love the idea of it. I don't know how to get started. So that's what I'm going to share with you guys here today on our training. And she actually got started with us in our Wealthy Coach Academy, generated $17,000 in cash, and then joined our 10K program on our Bikini Business year-long mastermind program. So she did it because she understood and had the clarity of what to do first, how to get her business started. So I can't really screen share this because now I got my iPad set up, but I promise I'll post these videos here in the chat when I'm done the video. So you guys can see just like 1 minute little snippet of hers, sharing her wins, which is really rad. From idea to $17,000 in 60 days. How would that change your life? It'd be like, boom, game changer. What's up, Megan? We've got a ton of people here. Gloria, Melissa. All right, so I'm going to be hosting a live Q&A. So I'm kind of checking my notes here because I want to make sure that you guys are able to ask your questions. So as you're tuning in here, you're listening, you have an idea, you want to ask me a question, type it in the chat, and then I'll swing by later at the end and answer as many questions as I can for you guys. So I'll do that in a bit. Here at Take Your Power Back Now, we run 3 mastermind programs. We have a Wealthy Coach Academy, the 10K program, where we teach women how to run Facebook groups, how to do marketing in their Facebook group, how to attract their first 10 to 20 high-ticket coaching clients, how to get crystal clear on their niche, their marketing message, how to create their high-end program, how to create a mastermind program, messaging, breaking through visibility blocks, overcoming fear and thriving, learning how to launch paid advertising, and scaling their income using masterminds. So ask away, pop all of your questions here if it's related to the subject or something else. I'm going to swing around here in a bit and hey, what's up, Wendy and Sarah, and answer them. All right, so who's ready to strap their tits on and get to work and make their goals happen this year? Guys, this is the last quarter of 2020. For many people, you know, this has been like a year of change, of looking at their priorities, at restructuring their lives, their incomes, businesses, jobs, financial freedom. So comment, I'm ready, here below. I'm ready. If you're ready to get out of your own way, learn some new strategies for massive growth, expansion, freedom, cash flow for you and your family, for you and your clients. Comment ready, I'm ready, here below in the chat. And who's ready to earn while you learn and have some fun? All right, comment earn while you learn here in the chat. Because one of the things I've discovered after taking thousands of women through our courses over the last few years is that I like to keep things simple, right? So in my coaching, whether you're working with me, my team, we're only going to give you the next 3 steps to cash flow, right? Because that's going to get you a sale, and that's going to really build your confidence. And what I really dislike in the marketplace right now are all of these complicated, like overcomplicated funnels that people get lost in, and they end up giving up before they really get any results. So, you know, a lot of times clients come to me, they're either freaked out and tapped out because they've done a ton of these funnel building online courses, email lists, they have webinars going, membership sites, they're trying to build passive income. And, you know, without doing any work, right? That doesn't work. And they have 0 sales to show for it. And the problem is they're either after the wrong audience, or worse, they don't have a message, or they build all of this technology and then they realize they're going after the wrong audience, they have the wrong program, and then they have to start over from scratch. So I don't want that happening to you. The way that I've designed our programs here is really to earn while you learn, right? So if you're ready to earn while you learn, comment earn while you learn below, and let's have some fun and get started. You guys excited or what? I'm so stoked to be here with you. Thank you guys for tuning in live. We have so many people here. Indra, Holly, Megan, and just a ton of rock stars here. For those, I see some new names and some familiar names. So if you're brand new to my work, I'll be doing these every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Pacific, live stream trainings to help you guys rock your biz. My name's Vanessa Simpkins. I run a 7-figure women's empowerment company called Take Your Power Back Now. We work with coaches, healers, authors, women's empowerment leaders on how to create a portable, profitable business that you can rock in your bikini. We teach paid advertising, marketing in your Facebook group, sales, habit for success, mindset, online video mastery. I've been in business now for 11 years. We've worked with thousands of clients, generated $9 million in sales. Been accredited by the Better Business Bureau. They kind of like look inside the bowels of your business to give you that kind of A+ rating. So we've been around a lot for a long time. In the last 5 years, really dialed in our online marketing, really invested in paid advertising. I love running masterminds. I love teaching other women how they can run fun, fabulous retreats, group events, masterminds, VIP days, you know, online group coaching programs. Super fun. I think they're the best way to learn, right? We all go to school and we learn together. It's a rad business model. I'm a Canadian. You might hear me say A. I'm a Canadian. I traded in my red shovel for a red bikini back in 2013. I moved to Kauai, Hawaii, one crazy cold, blistering winter, and I had to figure out online marketing it, or it was like, come back to the cold. And I was like, hell no, I'm going to figure this shit out, right? So that's why people call me the bikini business coach. I love teaching women how to overcome fear and thrive. My book was about overcoming an 8-year relationship with a narcissist that nearly killed me. The story I never wanted to share, boom, became this bestseller, women's empowerment movement. Got featured on Fox, ABC, all these morning TV shows. And wow, I started, teaching other women how to share the story they never want to share, how to really be authentic in their marketing, why it's so important. And then when I was living in Hawaii, I wanted to meet my husband. Everyone in Hawaii is kind of on the beach smoking weed. I'm like, yo, I got a purpose to live here, right? So I moved to Southern California. I met my husband. I applied these mindset strategies, and it worked so well for attracting my husband, this I'm a conscious creator process, that I said, let me apply it to like money. And well, my business exploded. And I've been teaching these, mindset, I'm a conscious creator processes mixed with business building systems, sales and marketing ever since. Recently, we moved from Southern California to Northern California. So now I live in Mount Shasta. It's like gorgeous, beautiful here. Oh my gosh, is it ever gorgeous? And I get to drive through the mountains. I still wear a bikini today. I am wearing my blue bikini. I'm quite in love with my blue bikini. Just saying, I'm in love with it. We started growing chickens. So we have 10 chickens and 1 rooster. His name is Dick because he's a real dick. But we started growing roosters, grew a big garden this summer. And we live here with our 2 dogs, Cisco and Houdini, and my husband's 2 teenagers, Curran and McKenna. So now you guys have a good wrap. Now you know a little bit more about me. Let's jump into the training. Oh my God, let's dive in. So 3 keys to cash flow. Key number one, we're going to talk about controlling your lead flow and being visible. So let's jump into key number 1. Main problem that coaches have is, how do you get your message out there in front of people consistently, repeatedly, daily? How do you get it out there in front of people who can say yes and who see you as an expert to solve problems, right? And really generating leads. Now, most coaches, we know this, right? They start off going to networking events. How many of you guys have done that? I did that for years. 4 a.m. breakfast network meetings. It was terrible. Or they try and post like free stuff on social media, which can work, okay? It can work. It's just a lot of work. And when you stop showing up to the breakfast meetings, or when you stop posting stuff on social media, all of this stops, okay? And let's be honest, how many of your friends, your auntie, sister, mommy, mother, neighbor on social media are going to buy your high ticket coaching programs? Nobody's going to do that. So, and there's nothing wrong with you guys. And a lot of people, they don't want to start promoting on their personal Facebook because they don't want their boss to find out that they've got this side hustle going on, right? There's nothing wrong with having a job while you're launching your coaching business, okay? So I actually recommend that you do that you do, have a side hustle, have money coming in so that you're not desperate when you're on the phone with your sales calls, right? And that you can invest in growing your business. So we teach our clients the best strategy for getting their offers in front of clients by starting a Facebook group, just like this one, right? And running paid ads to fill your group with ideal prospects. Now, this does a few things really well for you. Number 1, it gives you instant credibility as an expert. Instant credibility. You don't need a website. You don't need a big email list. You don't need to be a big guru. It gives you a platform. You build a tribe of people that can know, like, and trust you. You can showcase your best work to. And it becomes an asset in your business. Like an email list is an asset that you can reach out to people. So is a Facebook group. New leads coming in every single day from cold traffic, right, in your Facebook group. Because if you just have your social media platforms, eventually you're going to burn out your warm audience. How are you going to get new people in the door? Right now, this has worked for every single coach. We have had literally 1,200 people, clients coming through and teaching this system in the last 4 or 5 years, okay, 4.5 years. Spiritual coaches, mindset coaches, business coaches, relationship coaches, health coaches, nutrition coaches, baby whispering coaches, parent coaches, nutrition coaches, you name it. And make no mistake, there is a system going on even right here in this Facebook group that most people don't really see is in action, right? Welcoming you guys to the group, warming you up to our brand. Now, many of you guys will end up becoming our clients here in the next 30, 60, 90 days because you receive value from the group and then you want more. It's just a natural progression, yeah? So we start our clients off running paid ads on Facebook for like $5 to $10 a day. All right, $5 to $10 a day until you dial in your audience. And listen, if you guys want to get super targeted, this is the best ads platform. Why? Facebook, it just has the best ads platform. If you want to target, women who I always use this exact topic, but let's say you want to attract women who are 50, who do yoga, drive a white Mercedes, and live in XYZ postal code, a zip code. You can do that with Facebook ads. Okay, it's super targeted. So once you get your ads started, trust me, you are going to want to invest, much more than $5 to $10 a day if you want to get, if you want to ramp up your client attraction. Right? It's really up to you. Now, there's a tricky way with driving Facebook ads to a group. Facebook doesn't allow you to do it, so we teach our clients kind of these workarounds. But that's how you control your lead flow. Right now, if you want to make 10K, we have a program called 10K in 30 days, but if you want to make 10K per week, you just crank up your ad, right? Because you're in control of your lead flow. You want to make 10K a day, crank it up some more, right? Facebook has like a faucet. So imagine what's possible when you control your lead flow. There's no more guessing about where your next clients are going to come from. You're not having to go out and do speaking events and, to people that half the audience is just the wrong audience. I mean, how many of you guys have done that? I have, right? No more god-awful 4 a.m. breakfast network meetings. You open up your computer every day and you have new members joining your tribe. It's totally bad. So let's talk about the real elephant in the room, We're talking about controlling your lead flow. The real elephant in the room is sometimes it's not the funnel. Sometimes it's not the how. It's the ego that's running your show. So we're going to talk about visibility, because a fast path to cash flow is be visible, deliver value, make offers to people who can say yes. We're on the first key, being visible. And your ego, it doesn't want you. It's actually wrapped up in old behaviors that keep you safe and worrying, filled with anxiety, regret, right? Afraid to move forward because you might repeat the past. So the ego has a stronghold on you, and the ego has a gift for you. So most people trash the ego, but the ego's gift is actually in letting go and allowing your soul to lead the way, letting love lead the way. And in order for it to do this, it has to feel safe enough to let go. So becoming conscious and aware of its tactics to keep you safe, because it's also keeping you safe from taking risks that allow you to win. Okay. Now, being seen and heard, not safe for the ego, right? Being visible, risk being judged or rejected, right? When you're having sales calls with people, your business is working, you have people reaching out, wanting to work with you all day long. The next step is having sales calls with them. Not safe. All right. So how do you dismantle the ego? Because it rears its head every time you go and you get out there to start setting up your systems, or maybe when you go out there to do a video, right? Here comes the ego. So that's why I built all of our programs to have our clients really bump up and confront all of those fears. It's so beautifully designed, I gotta say. I'm pretty proud of myself. And that's why you see all of these posts here in the Facebook group of client wins and testimonials, right? Because the program that our clients go through, it forces them to confront these fears, and then we teach them the mindset to dismantle it, and then they get back into action, right? So things like we teach a 30-day video challenge, right? It totally breaks through all your perfectionism and your fears and am I good enough, and you're worried about what am I going to say. We give our clients templates for all of that. It's incredible. 30-day video challenge, 100 of the best posts, offers, copy to help our clients rock their online client attraction with. So you're going to need a content strategy for your Facebook group, and you're going to need a program to sell. And in order to have a program to sell, you need to know which audience you're targeting and what problems that you solve for profit, and how to language that in your marketing strategy. Now, this is huge. It's a huge key to setting up your group successfully as well. Otherwise, You set up a group around a topic or niche that isn't profitable. I see a lot of coaches make this mistake as well, selling things that people don't want to buy. So we're going to talk about sales here in just a minute. So without having a content calendar strategy or a live stream video strategy in your group, the group becomes disengaged and it becomes kind of useless, right? You don't want that. You want an engaged group. Guess what else is really valuable content? Your stories. Yeah, they inspire people. They inspire hope in other people. So valuable. A lot of women are really afraid, or, you know, they have shame about their past, and they haven't figured out how to position their selling stories. It's a big part of authentic marketing. I waited 5 years before I published my my Take Your Power Back Now book. You know, somebody here was asking questions about what's the title of my book. It's called Take Your Power Back Now, the Ultimate Confidence Guide for Women. Let me see if I can show you this. Here you go. Ta-da! And this book, I was terrified of writing. I waited 5 years, and what do you know? This book, you know, launched a global movement. All right, and women email me all the time saying it's 5 a.m. I'm still reading your book. It's like I'm reading my own life. It's incredible. But this story that you never wanted to share. So getting clear about your authentic selling story, it does something really well. It helps your audience relate with you. So that's really important. That's another thing that you can offer and you can talk about on your videos. They're very valuable. And this is something that we focus on day one in our programs, is helping our clients get clear on their authentic stories. Super powerful. And you know what? Like your life experience is what gives you credibility. You can't buy credibility in a textbook. It comes from life experience. That's my MO. So that's key number 2, delivering value, having a right program and having a content strategy. You know, I suggest doing videos inside your Facebook group. All right, so let's talk about key to cash flow number 3. Making offers to people who can say yes. Now we're talking about sales. I love teaching women sales. You need a mechanism to bring in leads and a way to turn those leads into sales on a consistent basis. Now, a lot of coaches, they try and unhook themselves from the responsibility of getting on the phone and enrolling people into the programs. I just covered this yesterday in our 10K in 30-day live Q&A. It's scary for a lot of women. Comment scary in the chat if you're, you know, afraid of doing sales or having sales calls or being rejected or knowing what to say or handling sales objections, or, you know, not wanting to feel like used car salesman or sleazy or slimy, right? A lot of people have hiccups and hang-ups about selling, being a salesperson, and what it's really all about. I also see coaches spending thousands of dollars and years building complicated technology instead of leaning in and learning sales psychology and up-leveling their sales skill sets. You want to lean in and learn high-ticket sales. It's going to change your life. All right. Again, the ego does not want to do this. Ego doesn't want to do this. Okay. And it's totally normal if you're afraid of this. It's totally normal, right? Because now you have to own your value, and now you have to know what it is you're actually selling and how much you're charging for it. And all of these pieces have to be in place, right? So I'm seeing a bunch of people saying scary. Yeah, it's totally scary. It's totally normal. Now you're going to see the next thing that pops up is when you actually start to see that, okay, I'm doing, like, I'm busy all day long, I'm doing my laundry, I'm cleaning my office, but you're avoiding the most important cash generating strategies, or you're avoiding starting your Facebook group, you're avoiding making videos, you're avoiding putting yourself out there because your ego, you know, not safe. It's trying to avoid all the feelings that are associated with being rejected on a sales call. Not being good enough. Everyone has it. It's our number one fear, right? This is what I call resistance. This book is all about overcoming resistance. Okay? Overcoming the resistance to creating a life that you love. So we teach a lot about that on the inside of our programs. Make no mistake, it doesn't matter what program you buy, about technology, Facebook ads, you need to understand how to recognize your resistance and then dismantle it so that you can take action on these things that you say you want in your life. And this is what it does, right? The ego tries to avoid the feelings of rejection, judgment, the pain of failure. So a lot of women have aversion to sales, okay? And I don't think that, to me, sales is a spiritual practice. It absolutely is. It's in the most incredible business ever. Coaching, you're going to attract women or your clients, whatever industry that you're in, whoever your audience is, that are just a couple steps behind you. It's really fascinating how this works. And, sales to me is the art of transformation. It's the art of helping people say yes to themselves and commit to the things that they say they want to do. That's really it. I wrote about that in my first book, From Bankrupt to Making $900 a Day Selling Mops, where I learned about, direct sales and, overcoming my own hang-ups. And I mean, some days I'd be in the parking lot in my car, tapping away like, oh, even though I screwed this up, I still love myself. And it's kind of how we launched into teaching entrepreneurs is understanding how to recreate my state, and how to not let a failure prevent me from moving forward, or a perceived failure, right? Because failure is a lesson. Success is just that lesson applied. That's really it. So sales is one of the most rewarding parts. You get to really get intimate with people, and really help them. I love sales calls. I love teaching women about sales calls. And you need to have a mechanism in place that produces sales calls, right? A sales attraction system, as well as dismantle your beliefs around selling and sales, right? Get into the sales game, up-leveling your skill sets. All right. So those are the three keys to cash flow: being visible, delivering value, making offers to people who can say yes. In a second, I'm going to jump in here. There's so many comments. Thank you guys for all these rad questions and comments, and I'm going to start answering them. But before I do that, I'm going to take a 2-minute, can I take a 2-minute commercial break real quick here? And then I'm going to answer all of these questions in here. So I would love to help you guys if you're struggling with any of these parts, how you're being visible, delivering value, and making offers. If you'd like our help, comment "help please" here in the chat and send me a private message, and a member of my team will reach out and ask you a couple of questions, see if what we've got for you is a good fit. Comment "help please" in the chat. And I know it sounds funny, but a lot of people are actually resistant to asking for help. The ego hates this. Again, you don't look really good if you don't have it all figured out, right? It's this identity. Ego is like attached to this identity of having everything look fantastic and great all the time. My technology didn't work today. All right, open up the iPad, figure out another way. The shows must go on. Like, I jumped on here and say, hey, sorry guys, I'm late. Freaking Zoom wouldn't work. So I found another way. But get in the habit of asking for help. I'm going to tell you something. Don't think for a minute that I'm not reaching out for help to people, my mentors, my coaches, the people on my team, right? So get in the habit of asking for help. It's a success habit that will make you rich. And if you want our help, again, comment "help please" here in the chat, whether you're catching here live or watching the replay, and then send me a private message, and a member of my team will reach out to you, ask you a couple of questions, see how we can help you guys. Maybe you're stuck in figuring out what your program is. Maybe you're stuck with, well, what the heck do I charge? How do I position myself? I don't know who my audience is. Maybe you're stuck with, okay, I've got a few clients, but I really want to run a mastermind, Vanessa. Or maybe, you're like Shannon, who had this idea for so long and was just looking for, how do I actually formulate this and put this into action and have this hobby idea coaching business of mine actually generate sales? How do I actually start working with people? What do I do first? So Maybe you want help with paid advertising. You know, maybe you need help with copywriting and languaging, or just getting the habits right, you know, in your business, a content marketing calendar. So anyways, help please in the chat, send me a private message and somebody will reach out to you. All right, let's jump into live Q&A. It's my favorite part. So I'm going to scroll through here and see if I can answer as many questions as I can. Let me see if this works here. If I just go, oh, I like this. I can scroll right away from the beginning. All right. So if you guys have questions for me, please drop them here in the chat. I'm going to go through here as well. Let me just go through here. A lot of people saying, earn while you learn. Name of my book is Take Your Power Back Now. Who is asking this? Mary. Yeah, it's called Take Your Power Back Now. You can get both of my books on Amazon. Melissa says, no, Ekaterina says, do I need a business Facebook page? Great question. Yes, you do if you want to run ads. So you can't run an ad from your personal profile, which is why you need a business page. And a tip is you should have a business page in your name. Now we have branded business pages. I have several of them, but people are pretty savvy with ads. And if you have an ad that comes from your personal name, looks pretty rad. They can't really tell whether it's a business or personal. So you do need a Facebook business page if you want to run ads. We have all kinds of templates for our clients on the inside of our programs. We show you how to set up your group, how to set up your page. We give you examples. We even give it like swipe and deploy Facebook ad examples. Oh, you're in the fitness niche? Try this ad. You're in the relationship niche? Try this one. We give you guys 11 different templates to choose from. How much is good to spend on ads to drive to a group? Needy asks. This is a great question. So it really depends, right? If you, I think there's two parts to your question. So I'm going to, part one is how much should you pay per group edition? And then how much should you pay on ads, right? So here's the deal. When you run Facebook ads to a group, you're keeping people inside the Facebook platform. So it's actually really inexpensive. That's why this is what we call lane one. We teach 3 lanes of paid advertising in our programs, in our more advanced programs. In our 10K program, we teach you lane 1. We just want to help you get your first couple of clients using paid advertising under your belt. And when you've got that and it's working, then you can build some fancy shit. So if, for example, it's around $2 to $5 per person who joins your group is the fast answer. If I was going to drive traffic to opt-in like a webinar funnel or a video sales letter funnel where somebody is leaving the Facebook platform and now they're opting into your thing, you're going to pay a lot more for that. So that's why it's really, really awesome to an inexpensive way to gather like-minded people in a Facebook group. Now, how much money should you spend on that? We teach our clients how to get started with $5 to $10 a day, but hey, that's just so that you dial in your audience and your ad. You're going to want to race to invest as much money as you can, because you'll know every time you invest $100, $200, $300, you pull in a $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 coaching client, depending on how you price your programs, right? So it becomes, a system for acquiring clients. That's it. You're never going to see that kind of return in the stock market. This is when my business took off, you guys. This is when I finally understood how important paying to acquire clients, how important that strategy was. I tried everything before I did telesummits, all kinds of lead magnets, networking, speaking events, you name it, writing books. They worked for a little bit, but if I stopped working, so did the leads in my business, right? And the ads, they're working while you're sleeping. People join this Facebook group. We had 182 people join this Facebook group just in one day last week, on Tuesday or something last week. 180 people joined. We had like 600 people join last week. right? So it's something, it's a mechanism. The ads are running while you're sleeping. It's kind of doing the heavy grunt work and the finding the right people for you. That's what's super rad about it. Nikki says, what if you coach on many things? Awesome. Let's get you really clear on what I call an umbrella. So an umbrella is like a big enough umbrella of a program that covers many topics so that you can offer that to your clients. Super, I know it's really hard for people to get clear on how to take their expertise and turn it into a program. We love helping our clients with that. So reach out if you need help with that. Controlling your lead flow seems to be awesome. Yes, it is. I'm going to keep going here and catch a few more questions. Maria is saying, I would love to hear about how to decide for your niche. I find that so hard. Okay, so I have a tip for you. There's a few ways to do this. We teach a very systemized process in our programs, or have you guys go out and do some research on this. But so there's two ways to do it. One way I've found effective is, yes, to research, but the other way that I think a lot of coaches don't know about, which is actually very simple, is think about who you were 3 to 5 years ago. That avatar becomes a perfect avatar for your coaching, because you're able to, your life changes a whole lot in 3 to 5 years. I mean, 5 years ago, I was making $130,000 a year. 5 years later, my company has done $9 million as a team of 18 people, best-selling book. I mean, so much has changed in 5 years. I'm a completely different person. So are you. So that can become a really interesting avatar for you to look at. Okay, what problems did you have 3 to 5 years ago? What were you struggling with? That's one tip I can give you guys. Victoria says, when you were involved with a narcissist, totally scary to share anything, right? Everything gets used against you. I did the 7-year sentence myself. Oh, congrats, Victoria, you're still alive. All right. Ekaterina says, what if, let's say I'm doing a live in my group, but either nobody there watching or worse, only one person there. So what you want to have is, again, a strategy to let people know that you're going to be going live, and also you need more people probably in your group, or maybe your group is kind of dead, right? So you want to be able to revive it. And we have some strategies on how to do that. But when you have new people coming into your group every single week, it's hard for there to be nobody on there. People love live stream videos. I'll tell you what, it's an awesome way to connect. I mean, you guys are here connecting with a 7-figure CEO in real time, or you're catching the replay. It's pretty wild. All right. I'm going to tune in here and catch more questions. What about having people paying you to be in your group, like a members only group? Yeah, well, we have private groups for our clients. Like we have 3 masterminds, right? So every mastermind that we have has its own private Facebook group where our clients get to ask questions Monday through Friday, connect with other clients, other members in there. They develop soul sister bonds for life. I've never run traffic though to a paid Facebook group, like without having a membership site or something like that. And the way you want to look at your business, and I know a lot of people try and copy, like they try and copy our ads or they try and copy our systems, but you're looking at somebody who's been in business now for 11 years, I'm on 2 best-selling books in and chapter, let's say, you're looking at like 2 bestsellers in and all this shit that I've tried. Don't compare what I'm doing 11 years into what somebody who's just starting needs to be doing. And I think a big mistake that a lot of people make when they try and look at our, marketing and try and copy it is they run an ad directly to, let's say, get somebody to buy something, like what you're talking about right here, right? Because your question is, what about just getting people to join a Facebook group and pay money? It's kind of like asking somebody to go on a date with you, but before you ask them to go on a date with you, you ask them to marry you, right? It's like when you're dating somebody, right? You want to go out and have a few chips and salsa and a Corona, you know what I mean? You want to date. And your clients are the same way. So you can't run ads to directly say, hey, I want to buy something. That's my kind of 2 cents. And if you were to do something like that, it would be like $19 a month or $20 a month or something like this. And you think about, okay, I have a $3,000 coaching program. How many $20 things or $17 things does it take to equate a $3,000 price point? This is why a lot of coaches struggle when they start building all these courses, is they're looking for like a $100 sale or a $200 sale. And you need 10, 20, 30 of those sales in order to equate one client, and a lot more technology. Stuff to think about. Lizelle is asking, do you give coaching classes, certification? We definitely give coaching classes. Yeah, our masterminds, I get on live every single week and do a live Q&A inside of our programs. Our 10K and 30-day program is probably our flagship program. You get to work with me, my paid advertising specialists, videographers, copywriters, mindset mentors, tech specialists. We have 4 live Q&As a week that you can jump in, ask questions, and get support. So yes, we do offer coaching. You get to, I think that's a question. I think I'm understanding your question. We don't offer certification courses, but we have a lot of people who learn about how to run masterminds. They ask me, I'm open for questions. When I do my lives, I'm like, hey guys, you got 2 hours with me today. Ask away. You want to ask about, habits for success, productivity, growing your team, who to hire first, how to hire a sales team. What do you think I should, Vanessa, have this piece, and this piece. What do you think I should do first? And it's rad. It's great because you're hearing other people ask me questions that you'd never think to ask that are super relevant for you. And yes, you get to talk with me every week in the 10K program and in our Bikini Business Coach program as well. So I think that might be answering your question. Let me know. What about having people paying to be in your group? Okay, just answered that one. Which move helped you the most to grow? Maria, what a great question. Which move? Well, when I really started dialing in paid advertising. So it's when I moved to Hawaii. Back then it was 2012 is when I joined my first Facebook ads. Hey, my honey just joined us here. Husband just walked in the office. What's up, hubby? Come and say hi.
Come and say hi.
Yeah.
That's a big iPad going today.
I know.
Hello.
I know.
I got little white things in my ear. Sorry. Hello. Who are we saying hi to? A bunch of
tons of people. My freaking Zoom crapped out of me, so I had to open up this iPad. But the work's still good.
It's awesome. Look how many comments and how many people are participating.
I know.
Thank you guys for showing up today.
Isn't that great?
It's super rad of you.
And I love live streams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get back to work, you.
Yeah. I lost my train of thought. What move was the biggest one? Okay, so when I started using Facebook ads and running traffic to paid ads in 2012, I joined a mastermind. It was about $3,000 a month back 8 years ago, 2012. I moved to Hawaii in 2013. I got my Facebook ads account shut down I don't know how many times. And then when I moved back here to California, I was like licking my wounds, oh, I can't run Facebook ads. So I started doing these videos in Hawaii, and people were like, oh my God, I want to live your lifestyle. So I was like, there's another way to get visibility without running ads, just, posting videos every day. And then I found somebody to help me open up my Facebook ads account, and I started investing again. I hired different teams. I fired teams. I wasted a lot of money. I lit money on fire, and continued, hiring mentors. And I'm pretty stubborn, right? I'm a Capricorn, so it's like, I'm gonna figure it out. Get on board or get on my way, I'm gonna figure it out. So I think that year 2015, 2016 was really was a massive transition for me. I had just published this book. I'd done all the things the gurus tell you to do. I was going to become a bestseller, and I was going to launch this course, and end up costing me a lot of money. Just because I had a book doesn't mean I didn't have to fly to Connecticut to go on CBS. You know what I mean? Like, I still had to drive to Las Vegas to go on to Fox. I still had to, just because you have a book, it doesn't mean that, oh, now you have clients. So when I really invested in a paid advertising, cash generating sales attraction machine, like I'm explaining here with you here today, I just explained you guys lane 1. We have lane 2 and lane 3 also that we teach: video, sales letter, and webinars. But this one's the best. If I had to start my business all over again, I would do what I'm teaching you guys here, because they didn't have Facebook Lives 11 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't have this technology. We didn't have Facebook groups, didn't exist 11 years ago either. So had to do telesummits, had to do book launches. That's kind of what people did. But hands down, this is the best way to really dip your toes in the water and start building a tribe, building a community. Even if you don't have a website, I wouldn't build a website first, because a lot of people, like they start a big site and then they're like, oh, wait a second, I'm actually doing now that I've been in the game a bit, I really am actually going to do this. And then I got to build it all over again. Hubby's saying, so many people are saying, hey, hubby. It's a great question, Maria. Jesse says, I'm a sports business coach and I catch your work often. True badass. Oh, thank you. Sarah, I have a group with 350 members. Do I get a new group together now that I've nailed my niche with this dating confidence after divorce? Well, depends. You could just change the name of your group. I mean, you have people in there. It's a free world. They can exit stage left if you want. And then you don't have to have like an empty group, right? If it's not so far off of the same niche, you could do it. I kind of would too. If I only had 350 people in there, I might let everybody know, hey, I'm changing the name of this group, and go ahead and change it. Melissa's saying, thank you for answering my question. Imposter syndrome is definitely a problem. Oh, shit, it was a huge problem for me when I got started. Are you kidding me? I was amazing at doing this job selling mops, right? I worked for this company doing these live product demonstrations, and I would do them in French and English, and I would sell mops. And I was like the best salesperson in the company. I really learned about direct sales. This is after I'd gone bankrupt as an entrepreneur and trying all these different network marketing companies that really had me buying cans of smoothies that sat in my garage. Kind of hard to make $10,000 a month when you make like $50 off of a smoothie shake, right? Anyway, I had my own learning curves, but even though I was the best salesperson in my company, I didn't know how to take the wisdom and knowledge that I had and transfer it into my own program that I could sell online. And I really struggled with that. So thanks for sharing, Melissa. You're not alone. It's why I really started delving into personal development work and understanding about our ego and, understanding what is resistance and how does resistance work, and how do we give our power away. And I had some big breakthroughs in that area. That's when my business really started taking off. And then I started teaching women about, sales and kind of the mindset mastery. So So it's a huge thing to overcome. A lot of our clients struggle with that. So you're not alone, and you can do this. All right. Lots of questions here. When you have Shoka, hope I'm pronouncing that right, is saying, when you have a page and group, what should you post on your page other than using it for the ads? Well, that's a great question. Your business page, you could post, we don't have a lot of, you know what? We don't have a lot of, and we got like 46,000 people on our business page, but not a lot of stuff happens in there. Most people either click on the ad, or they click on the page where the ad is from. So you might have people going to your page because of that, but there's not a lot of stickiness on the page. It's better in the group, way better. We post like, you can check it out. The Bikini Business Coach is our page. So we post, you know, quotes. We post some things on there as well. We have some people messaging us in there, but it's not as active as our group. Everyone says Capricorns are best friends. Yay! Larissa says, I am transitioning from ESL tutor. Oh, I taught English as a second language in Japan when I was 20. That's super fun. Did that for a year. So now you're coaching more emotional support, and I'm having technology and media advantages to be visible and to be paid. Awesome. Well, if you guys want our help, let me know. Again, we love taking women through these processes to get it all set up. There's a lot to learn when you're just starting. I know it can be really overwhelming. Brenna says, yes, how do you best use your page versus your business? So there's a definite strategy that we teach our clients for how to show up and be visible and deliver value in the Facebook group. We mentioned, you know, some of it, but I think if you're looking for I've given you guys a really big topic overview today, but the specifics, you know, the checklists and how to set everything up and how to run the ads is all inside our programs. What do you think about having 1 to 3 people go through my whole coaching process to get more confidence about my offer and solid testimonials for free, or you choose what you pay? Actually, there's a better way to get testimonials, but if you would like to feel and have more confidence, then you could do something like that. Or what I suggest is, you know, we teach our clients how to get testimonials and personality endorsements. It's a very specific way, but what you could do is say, I'll give you a few coaching sessions in exchange for a testimonial if you're really wanting to know that what you're teaching is really valuable and works. So that's a great question. You guys, I think we are done here for today, but I have so enjoyed my time with you. Thank you for all these amazing questions. I hope you've enjoyed the 3 keys to cash flow training. Thank you for tuning in live. Thank you for all your questions. Hit me up with a private message if you'd like our help on the inside. Somebody will get back with you. And tune in again next week, every single week, Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Mark your calendars. Mark your calendars. And again, I will post here those 2 little videos that I wanted to share with you guys about Shannon. And thank you guys for all your patience here with technology. I love it when technology works. Love you guys. You can do this. And have an amazing week. We'll see you guys real soon. Aloha.